I've calmed down a lot now. But don't watch this video if it affects you, because it's abusive and it tells the truth about a man that got abused when I was a kid. And there's a lot of emotional parts about it where you might not like. So if that's your case, please pass by my video. Do not watch it. Okay? Now I don't know who's told you things, but let me just tell you about something. Witchcraft. Well, I don't practice it. Not at all. But I know it's there with me all the while. I still see things now and again. Little things. I see spirits now and again. That's the best part.
Karma has perfect timing. It doesn't miss, but it also doesn't rush. It waits until people feel comfortable, until they believe they've gotten away with what they did, and then life starts showing them what their actions really cost. When someone keeps lying, manipulating, or hurting others, life slowly mirrors that behavior back to them. They lose trust, peace, and genuine connection. That's how karma works, not with drama, but with quiet repetition.
I swear to God on it. I swear by all the gods you can name. I swear on Allah, everything, every god. My father tried to kill me. Right, so I'll get to the story. Why? When I was a kid, when I was 16, well, I didn't have a lot. I was a kid. And in them days, there wasn't no money around. My dad used to get, he was the only person in the house that made money. I made no money. So I found a good way to get things what I wanted. And I always go down and tip. The local tip. That was the bad news. I'm going to smoke for this video, sorry. It brings a lot of horrible memories back. Brings lots of memory back. I don't want to speak about it, but I'm going to speak about it. But I'm smoking because I've calmed my nerves now. Right, so when I was 16, I used to go to the tip to get things off the tip. Good things, because I didn't want to get rubbish, but it was a good tip. It was a good place to go and get stuff from. The rubbish tip. Okay. Well, I've been down the tip, mooching, like kids do. On my 16th birthday, I went down the tip and I found a record player. You know, a record player? And the record player had one record on it. One record with it. It had Hang On Snoopy. Do you want to know what it sounds like now? I'll show you. Alexa, continue. Alexa, volume 70%. Alexa, stop. That was the music what was on that record player. Crazy. Well, anyway, so I took it home. It was a box. It was like a wooden box. The lid used to lift up like that. The arm was there. You would bring the arm across. It would start up all your dials on the front there. And I had it in my room, in my bedroom. I was playing it. I wasn't playing it loud because I wasn't that type of kid. I didn't want music screaming. And I knew my dad didn't like loud music. Well, any music, as far as I was concerned, with my dad. Anyway, he was at work. So I was playing music, and so it's just thinking about it, it's not nice. But I'm going to tell you the truth, 100%. He fucking killed me. He broke my heart, that did, I'll tell you. Right? Well, I'll tell you. It's about 4 o'clock. My dad got home from work. I was playing Hang on Snoopy because I was fascinated by it. I loved it. It was the only record I ever heard. That day, when he came home, he shouted up the stairs. He said, "Turn that fucking music off. Turn it off. Turn the music off." And then he went into the living room. I was in the bedroom still. I turned it down. I didn't turn it off. I turned it right down so there was no sound coming out of the speaker. It was just a needle touching the record. That was it. I don't know. Well, anyway, maybe it's good or cry. I don't know. Well, 5 minutes later, all I could hear was the needle scratching the music. You don't know what it's like. But I could still hear the song by the needle scratching the record player. And my dad shouted up, "I told you to turn that fucking music off." I didn't. Well, I said, "Dad, I turned it off." He said, "Back fucking chat me, would you?" "No, Dad." But that was his way of giving the excuse to beat me up. And what he used to do was, if he was coming up the stairs to give me a good idea, he would bound down the stairs. He would slowly. That's strange. Right, one more light to go out. 1 second. He would bound up the stairs slowly, but let me know that he's coming for me. I panicked. I really panicked. But lucky enough for me, everything fell in place. I got my nana's that died. I got my nana's wood drawers and I pushed it in front of the door. But I knew we could still get through. So I grabbed my nana's wardrobe from there and I pulled it and he went over and it landed perfectly against against the drawers. So there's no way he could get in. So I started feeling brave. He tried the door and he said, "Oh, this fucking door." "No, Dad." He says, "I'm going to give you a fucking choice. It's your 16th birthday. You're going to fucking die today." I was going to die. I didn't believe him. I didn't believe that he was going to kill me. and he kicked the door and tried the door and he kept on trying. And then it says, right, fuck you then. I'm going to give you a choice. The choice is this. Open the door and I'll kill you slowly. No, so I got that wrong. He said, I'll kill you fast, so you don't feel much. I said, no way you get him at the door. I was getting cheeky then because I knew he couldn't get me. He could not hurt me. So he went back downstairs. He went right downstairs again. I thought, I'm going to let him calm down. And I'll see what happens. I'll sneak out of the house maybe. So he can't get me. So about crying. I don't normally cry. But it's a memory that kills me. It haunts me. So, 62 I went crying. How stupid can you get? Right, anyway. 5 minutes later, he come back up the stairs and he says, you open this fucking door, I'm going to break in. And I said, you can break in, Dad, because I'm not opening the door. He said, alright, fair play. When I get in, I'm going to kill you slowly and make it as painful as I can. Then I asked him a question. And I admit you, I must have, I was brave. I felt brave. So I said to him, Dad, I'm going to ask you something. If you're going to kill me, I'm going to ask you, are you my father? Are you my real blood father? He went berserk. He went down the stairs, went into the back garden, I don't know what for. And then my mum argued with him a bit. My stepmom, Monica, argued with him a little bit. And he told her to shut her mouth and keep out of it. I could hear that from upstairs. So he come up the stairs and he didn't slowly do it, he run up the stairs. He stopped at the door and he went, like I told you, he says, you have opened this fucking door, I'll kill you fucking fast. I won't hurt you too much. But if I have to come to that door, I'm going to take my time with you. I'm going to make you regret every second of your life. I said, no, Dad, I'm not opening my door. No way am I opening this door. I was getting cheeky, yes. I felt brave. And then I seen it. I know why now he went downstairs into the garden. He'd only gone and got the axe. The axe come through the door. Bush, like straight through the door. And then he started hacking away at the door. I'm not lying to you. He started hacking away through the door. All I could see was that blade coming through that door. Keep hitting the door and blade coming through the door a lot. I was scared. It was pitch black outside. My brother's motorbike was kept in the back garden underneath my window, of all things. I got to the window. Black. Completely black outside. So I jumped for my life. I jumped out my second story window for my life. That's what happened. When I hit the garden, we had a dog called Shane. Shane hated me because every time my dad hit me with abuse, he would blame me for the dog losing his leg because he got run over. He had to have one leg chopped off. And every time he beat me up, he would tell the dog it was my fault he lost his leg. So the dog was in the back garden where he'd put him. So if I tried to get out, the dog would have me. Sorry, I had no choice. I kicked the dog as hard as I could. It was Partal Station, so I kicked the dog as hard as I could to stop that dog from stopping me. And then I run down the garden, up onto the garage roofs, and got away. From that day on, I was homeless. I saw my brother now and again. I tried to tell my brother what happened, and he didn't believe me. My own brother didn't believe me. I swear to God, he didn't believe me. He says, "Our dad's painting the house up, and that room where you was in, the bedroom, he's changed the door and he's painted it all up." I said, "Why did he change the door? Don't that prove that he smashed it up with an axe to get me, to kill me?" He went, "No," he says, "it was an knacker door anyway. He didn't smash the door. That's bullshit. Your dad never tried to kill you." I said, "He did try to kill me. You don't know how much he tried to kill me." But that's just God's honest truth. My dad tried to kill me. He was coming to that door with an axe. You don't know my dad. He was a nasty, horrible man. He was nasty with me. And the reason why he was nasty with me, as far as I understand, he didn't believe that I was his real son. Because he thought I was a kid because his missus used to fuck about shagging whilst he was at work. Because I had bright ginger hair, I did have bright ginger, I had beautiful hair. When I had bright ginger hair, I'll try and find a photograph and put it onto this video. I had bright ginger hair, and the abuse started when I was 10 years of age. Leverings, belts, every day, every other day, whenever he could make a excuse up, he would lever me. My arse was red raw. I'll never forgive him. To my brother Martin, I will never forgive Tommy Williams, alright? I will never forgive him. I'm 62 years of age. I'm still crying about it to this day. You remember that, Martin? It's alright. That's what happened when I was 16 years of age. And that's why I became homeless. There's one thing I hate is Thomas Williams. He's dead now. He never made peace with me. He was always never made peace with me. Never made peace with me. I tried to phone him years later when I was married. And he still says, "When I get you, I'm going to kill you." Years later. Well, anyway, that's enough. I can't take no more. I'm going to have to cut the video. But merry meet, merry part. Until we meet again, so mote it be.
Karma has perfect timing. It doesn't miss, but it also doesn't rush. It waits until people feel comfortable, until they believe they've gotten away with what they did, and then life starts showing them what their actions really cost. When someone keeps lying, manipulating, or hurting others, life slowly mirrors that behavior back to them. They lose trust, peace, and genuine connection. That's how karma works, not with drama, but with quiet repetition.